What's up, job board fans? Job board solution provider Smart Job Board has launched some new AI matching features. It's one of my favorite platforms out there, probably the favorite, if I'm being honest here. And let me give a quote here from Rodion Telpizov. AI matching is a game changer for our clients, enabling them to deliver more dynamic and engaging job board experiences, he says. By harnessing advanced AI technology, this new feature evaluates candidate skills, experience, and education to provide highly accurate job matches. It's a powerful tool that not only boosts job seeker engagement, also gives employers immediate access to top tier talent, streamlining candidate discovery significantly. And Rodion joins me now from Boulder, Colorado. It's great to see you again, Rodion. How have the new features been accepted by the marketplace there? Tell me more about what you're hearing about it.
Yeah, hi, Chris, and thanks for having me. So we've been thinking about AI matching component for a pretty long time, and there was a lot of talks about matching between jobs and candidates in the job board community for a pretty long time.
Yep.
And before ChatGPT and other large language models came around, we just couldn't see any good enough technology to actually implement that. So we just had that in the backs of our minds and thought maybe, well, someday. But then suddenly everyone understood that ChatGPT is actually so smart and it can understand text almost as good as humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we started to experiment with different large language models. So we tested the results with, let's say, human evaluations of job matching and candidate matching, and it appears it made a pretty good job on comparing candidate resumes and job descriptions. So we evaluated about 80% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison with a human. So we decided, well, looks like we can make job seeker and employer lives much easier by implementing this. And we have all the technology available, which can be pretty easily implemented right now. So yeah, we took that opportunity and we believe it's a game changer. It makes everyone's lives much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally think that the future of job boards is using this technology.
Yeah, I want to get into that feature as well towards the end here. But have the new features been rolled out to all your client base at this point? Because you made the announcement last week. What's the status of that? Does everyone have it now?
So it's a separate feature, and we charge separately for using that. And
you do, okay.
Of course, because we have to pay to large language model providers.
Yep.
For every query we make to the model, and it's quite expensive, but it's still affordable, especially for large organizations who who have budgets. So yeah, but it's not available to everyone. It's not available to every customer. And if anyone is interested, please reach out to us and we can show you how that works and talk about the pricing.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. You want to show us a quick demo of it? Can you share your screen
Yes,
there and
of
go
course.
into it? I'll stop
So
sharing mine.
I'm gonna share my screen. So there are two parts of this component in the job board. So first one is related to a job seeker, and second is related to an employer. So I will start with a job seeker journey first. So let's say whenever a job seeker creates an account, so I will start with that, and creates a resume,
And we're looking at a
browse.
sample job board on your platform here for the audience.
Yes, so I'm using just a sample demo board with some demo content of jobs and resumes. So first I need to create a resume as a job seeker. So another useful feature that we recently added is LinkedIn profile import. So I will use just random LinkedIn profile of someone related to healthcare. So
Is that
I
a
just
feature everyone has, or is that part of the AI?
it's a part of the AI, so
Okay.
it's also uh, a separate functionality. So I'm creating a health coach resume right now. So it will populate all the data from whichever data there is on the LinkedIn page and pre-fill this resume form. And next, the system will show all the relevant jobs it found for this specific resume.
Gotcha.
All of these jobs are health coach or dietitian related, as you can see. And then when I start looking at that job, I will also see this match score, which shows match breakdown based on candidates' experience, education, skills, and certifications. So this information allows candidates quickly decide if they need to spend more time on viewing this job. And what we find is it's much faster for candidates to find the actual job they're interested in this way, because they don't have to spend, I don't know, 10 minutes for each job, maybe 5 minutes for each job, just to figure out if they have all the required qualifications. So right now I have only relevant jobs displayed for my resume. And I have this filter enabled. If I disable this filter, it will show me just all recent jobs.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, some of these jobs are not really relevant, but this is still useful if, let's say, I want to see what jobs are out there, and maybe I know that I miss some qualifications for specific jobs, and it will show me what I'm missing. So in this case, I miss certifications, skills. So if I'm really interested in these jobs, probably I need to work more on these categories. So this is a really useful and fast way to interact with the job board. And we added this filter. So if I enable it, it will show me relevant jobs. And if I disable it, it will show me all jobs. And then for any job that I view, I can see this match score. Oh, and another useful feature is cover letter generation.
Oh, okay.
When I apply for a job, I just need to click generate, and it will use my resume and this job description to generate tailored cover letter for this specific job. So it will outline all of my skills, education, qualification, and create a cover letter based on that.
Nice. Nice. So that's the candidate side. I really
Yes.
like that score. That's I don't think I've seen that on. That's typically a number that, the employer ATS will show the recruiter on that end after
Yes.
you've
So
applied, right? But now you're kind of bringing it to the forefront for the candidate, giving them more, you're empowering them better.
yes. And we went even further than just displaying one score. So we displayed 4 scores. And we thought, well, sometimes it just doesn't matter seeing one number. And you might be confused, why am I not qualified? But when you see that let's say you're missing certifications, well, that makes sense now. So it's much easier to understand why are you a good fit or not. All right, so from here, let me move on to the employer side. So I'm not going to create an employer account. I'm just going to use an existing employer account,
Okay.
which already have some jobs. So employer journey starts when a new job is added, and I will just copy one of the existing jobs. Say lifestyle medicine physician. And I will just copy this job description. So it works pretty similar to the job seeker journey. Whenever employer posts a job, he will see a list of relevant candidates with the match score for each candidate. And then when he views these candidates, he also can see this match score that is kind of opposite. It's a match score for this candidate relative against this specific job, which is posted right now. And it shows so resume matching for lifestyle medicine physician. And we also added this filter where you can choose any job that as an employer, you can choose any jobs that you previously posted. So let's say
Okay.
if I would like to see dietitian jobs instead, I just select dietitian and I can see all dietitian candidates and also match score for each candidate. So again, it's a pretty useful way for employers to search candidates, but also this can be used as a sale tactics by a job board. And so as a job board operator, you can just give employer an option to create a job to search these candidates to see how qualified they are. So kind of lure them to use your job board by showcasing, hey, you can see that we have a lot of qualified candidates, and that can be a really good reason for an employer to actually start using a job board. So yeah, so this is an employer part of the matching. And again, we tested it with different industries like healthcare, IT, pharmacy, and it looks to be pretty accurate. Like I said, it's pretty similar to human evaluations, maybe not as good as professional recruiter evaluations, but pretty similar to what a normal human would.
I think it gives the employer a starting point here. It surfaces those.
Yeah.
Candidates
so it certainly can figure out that, let's say, a plumber is not a good fit for a teacher, for example. And it can remove a lot of noise.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
if there are a lot of jobs on a job board.
Good way to put it there. Yep. Very cool, Rodion. How long did you guys work on this?
Well, I believe more than a year. So, we so we started working on these progressively. So at first we played around with the match score and we rolled it out for some of our customers and we saw some positive feedback from users. So we saw that users are actually interacting with the match score and it looked like that they find it useful. And then we started to think about this filtering options where we could actually filter jobs and resumes to only show relevant jobs or resumes. And then we also roll this out step by step, looking at how users are interacting with this.
Yep.
So yeah.
Because I know you mentioned contact you for pricing, but as far as the pricing goes, will there be a usage-based pricing model? Because you have to make those calls to the LLM.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's based on the number of new resumes added each month.
Gotcha.
So
Makes sense. Yeah.
basically, each new resumes requires us to do that evaluations.
It's going to be a variable expense for the job board owner. Okay. Very cool. Any new non-AI features you're coming out with you want to mention or talk about?
So before announcing the AI component, we recently added integration with Cloudflare. So I don't know how about you, Chris, but we have a lot of spam issues.
Yes.
So for some reason, last year, there are just a lot of spam accounts from employers and job seekers. So Cloudflare helps with that. So they are really good with blocking bots. And when we implemented it, we had much less issues because all bots were blocked. There are still spam accounts created by real humans. And unfortunately, there is no way to automatically block them. So we added email verification as one way to.
How does that work? Because I have one client on your platform that's getting a lot of Gmail accounts created. Can we automatically remove those or
You mean to
on the employer
block
side?
Gmail
Yeah.
accounts from registering? We thought about that. So like to only enable like company emails to be used
Right.
by employers, but we see that a lot of employers are using Gmail accounts. So we thought, well, that's probably not the best way.
But that's how the spammers do it. They use a Gmail account typically.
Yes, but also some employers still use Gmail
Yeah.
accounts. So we still we always track which IP addresses these spammers are using, and if we see some pattern, we usually block the specific IP address. But it's not always that easy. Sometimes they use different, and sometimes it's just a legitimate IP address, and it's just some actual human creating an account.
Yeah.
So we are still considering some other options to improve that. So we will see what would be the best way for that.
And just describe how the Cloudflare implementation works. Can you just walk us through that briefly?
So Cloudflare basically is something like a firewall. And the only thing you need to do is to point your DNS record to their IP address. And in this case, all the web queries will be directed to Cloudflare first. Then Cloudflare will decide if this is a bot or not. And if it's not a bot, it will direct it to our web servers. So Cloudflare will act as a middleman. And also they are a CDN network, like content distribution networks. So they will also cache some of all the static content like images and JavaScript, um, I don't know, and in some cases, they will make it faster for a website to load. But the main benefit of using Cloudflare is spam protection and like bot protection. So, but from the job board owner side, the only thing that needs to be done is configuring the DNS record.
Yeah, very cool. I do have one suggestion for you. I'd love to see on Smart Job Board, which is being able to feature resumes on the homepage like you do with the jobs and the companies, because you have the ability to let job seekers feature their resume themselves, right? Through
Yes.
their product. So why not let us showcase those featured resumes on the homepage? I think it's a great addition for you for the homepage customization section there, you know?
Yeah, that's a really great suggestion.
That'll also help job board owners who want to be more of a, you know, sort of a profile based reverse job board more appear that way on the homepage there, you know?
Yeah. That can be a really good addition to what we have. And we have that in our list of ideas, but what we find is that employers are usually not using resume search much. So we don't see a lot of activity there, and
But if you let us put those feature resumes on the homepage, they'll see it. They'll know they
well,
exist.
yeah,
That's the point, I think. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Because
but
you're right. There is, you know, is kind of hidden. But if you help us bubble up that data, that content, I think we can sell more resume access, you know, things like that. That's my 2 cents.
probably, yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
Especially now when the job market switched
Exactly.
from um, job seeker market to employer demand market. So now there is more employer demand than job seeker demand. So hopefully
Totally.
employers
Yep.
will be ready. Oh, no, actually it's opposite. So right now there are less jobs, more candidates. So
Right.
probably candidates will be ready to pay for
Yeah.
uh
If you look at a site
different.
like ranchwork.com, which is Peter Askew runs that, it's based on WordPress. He has a um uh like a job wanted section, which is essentially a resume or a profile, whatever you want to call it. And job seekers pay for that access. It's
Mhm.
highlighted on the homepage. It's kind of a public database, if you will, of people who want jobs.
Yeah.
That is a feature that I've been clamoring for job board software companies to build into these platforms, because I think there's a revenue stream there, and it adds value for the CEO.
Probably. But again, over the years, we have never saw uh, when the resume search was really popular.
Yeah.
And I guess one reason for that, and it's also based on my personal experience, when you start searching candidates in the resume database, usually they are not active candidates. They are not responsive. So the candidates who apply, they are who are active right now, and it much faster, to get started with them. So they are usually eager to be interviewed and to start working. But when you reach out to candidates who posted their resume someday, in most cases you don't get any reply at
Mhm.
all.
By the
So I
way,
guess
in your
that's why employers hate that.
yeah, well, in your AI matching, when you see the recommended resumes in there, is recency a part of that calculation? Like, is a newer
Not
resume
Yeah,
have some weight
so
there?
we considered that, but then we thought, well, we don't really know if that would make sense. So far, recency is not involved in the evaluation, but we can easily
Like, you know, if a job seeker put their resume on 2 weeks ago, they're an active job seeker, I think, right? So that's we can.
yeah. So you're right. So usually we have a limit on the resume, so resume expires after a year. So so that job seeker have to log in again and update the resume. But again, if it was posted maybe a couple of months ago, probably it's not active. But we are still not sure if that would really. So we are waiting for some feedback first.
Yeah.
And uh, if needed, that change can be done really quickly.
Yeah. What's your most frequent request from your client base that they ask for?
Well, I guess right now it's more related to job import and job scraping. So we have integrations with a bunch of ATS platforms, and sometimes there are ATS platform that we don't support. So we add new platforms, new integrations. Sometimes it's marketing platform integrations. So we have MailChimp as a default integration, but
Yep.
of course there are many, many others. And we have Zapier connection for that, but not everybody wants to deal with Zapier. It's not always that easy. So sometimes we have requests about new marketing platform integrations. So yeah, stuff like that.
It's been great catching up, Rodion. My last question is just, where are we headed here with this AI and the job search? I've been doing some writing on it myself and stuff, but from your perspective, 5, 10 years, how is AI affecting the job search, do you think?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. And there is a lot of controversy right now about using AI and recruiting. So basically, what is happening is candidates are using AI to create resumes. And usually their approach is to create a resume which can go through all the ATS filters. And employers on their side are using AI to filter out candidates, and especially candidates who use AI to create resumes. So it's kind of battle of
As an AI
AI,
battle is taking shape right
yeah, on both sides. But I think that AI shouldn't be used as a replacement. It should be used as someone who helps you. And like tools like that, which just shows you evaluation somewhere on the side, but you still make the decision. It's just something helpful, and probably there will be other types of evaluations, more sophisticated and showing some more data, maybe even using some enrichment data from other providers, and combining it all to a nice AI analyzed information about the candidate. So I see AI as an assistant to a recruiter and also to a job seeker, but in a nice way, who doesn't try to make up some facts, or I don't know, try to confuse employers. So overall, the goal of a job seeker is to find a job which is actually matches his qualifications and his aspirations, and a job of a recruiter to find a candidate again who matches job qualifications and company culture. And we don't want to make up things here, right? And AI can just help with that. So it can analyze if you're actually a good match, and it can also extract information from other sources, which probably takes a lot of time right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be interesting to see how it all evolves. So, well, Rodion, we appreciate your time today. Thanks for the quick update and the demo of the new features. Good luck with that. And yeah, we'll
Thank you, Chris.
catch up again soon, man. It's been too long. So.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be on your show. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for
Thank you
watching,
for-
everybody.
Bye.
Smartjobboard.com. Check them out.